Jingle My Balls, a podcast scheduled for today.
Yep, welcome to the Winku Podcast. It is 12/21/15. I wasn't originally planning on doing this podcast, but Relic meowed at me a couple hours ago, and then I meowed at Cross to see if... No, I meowed at 203 to meow at Cross, so... Yeah, welcome to the Waiting Queue Christmas episode. Special episode.
No, Christmas would be on 25, but, you know, good job, good attempt.
The Waiting Queue pre-Christmas episode.
Where are the frilly decorations and annoying gifts?
Oh shit! I knew I was forgetting something.
Yeah, undeserving assholes who you don't even care about in your family getting gifts. Fuck them.
What? No, he said gifts.
Yeah, the GF.
I have a corgi. Okay, that'll entertain you while I look this up, guys. You have to say stuff.
I can see how that would have been confusing to use the words GIF in response to a Christmas episode. Yeah.
Cross, are you recording the VOD?
No.
Right,
I haven't done that ever since Companion figured out how to put the chat on.
So I don't need to even record this? Okay.
Nope.
Cool.
No.
We've advanced our technology, man.
And also, you changed the podcast to once every other week.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Because we were running out of things to say. We aren't that interesting.
We just found out it was easier to talk about things every other week, because sometimes we'd be able to, like, anything interesting happen? It's like, no.
No, not really.
But the chance of something interesting happening in 2 weeks was actually a lot larger.
That's why I left.
And then 3 weeks, it'd be so long that you'd forget the interesting things, and it was actually worse. So 2 weeks is the perfect amount of time.
Alright, here's a snowflake. Okay, I found one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually sure I still have the gifts.
Alright, you guys were ready for the funsies.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for that secret I had, guys? The secret story? Oh, it's gonna be so great.
Okay.
Relic, am I?
You ready? You ready? Okay. There once was a man named Gold Rogers who was king of the pirates.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Was that it?
I was bringing that back from 2014,
Oh,
13.
dear.
I used to do that like almost every podcast, once per month.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember it.
Oh, I would do it.
Yeah, I have to be completely honest. I don't remember that either.
Wow.
It's been too long, and I'm too old. Also, welcome to Waiting Queue.
What?
Did Q misspell it?
Well, no, it's just that the snowflake is completely blocking you with the lights.
So, guys, 2015 was a strange year.
Mm. Why was it strange for you?
Video games. In video games, not for me.
Oh.
Well, we got the one thing that's kind of big, which was, FTC basically saying that, the Xbox 360 paid, what was it? They paid Machinima, I think, to only say good things about their console. That was from 2013, but it was revealed in 2015.
Okay,
So
I was
wait a
going to
second.
say,
Are you like doing a year in
retrospective.
review?
Yeah, it's a retrospective.
So this is going to be the last podcast of the year then?
Yeah,
we
almost,
can do that.
almost,
Yeah.
definitely. I don't want to do another one next week.
3 in a row? What is this, like the early days?
Yeah, it probably won't happen. And I'll be in my hometown.
3-hour tour.
Now that I remember.
Yeah, that
I
was
don't
a
remember
good
the
one.
Jolly Roger thing.
But yeah, that was a huge fucking thing. With Machinima being what I think they were fined and shit.
Mhm.
Yeah, and a lot of networks now have some pretty hard policies for saying when you're sponsored for things, like more so than were before.
Yeah, like now you have to absolutely do it because so that they don't have to deal anything. But I think it was only going to be, well, no, okay, here it is.
Mhm.
Each violation of the order, which I don't remember I don't even see what this order is. I'd have to read this whole fucking thing. But each violation of such an order may result in a civil penalty of up to $16,000. So, whatever it is going to be, they're going to have to pay at the very least $16,000.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's something in here that's like each one of those is kind of easy to put onto them, so they might have to pay quite a bit.
Yeah,
Which would be funny.
The entire thing was pretty messed up, and it's but like my network specifically, like I didn't even know this. I'm glad I read this. But if a developer gives me a game, I have to disclose that immediately and supposedly in the description.
Oh.
And I've been a little bit lax on that. I always mention when the developer gives it to me, but then I'm not just like, and there, blah, 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 blah. Like, I figured it's just enough to quickly mention it, but they're like, you have to make it very obvious you got this game for free, because it could be coercion.
Well, they don't want to get fucked over like Machinima did, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, Machinima didn't get fucked over. They fucked everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got appropriately actionabled against his...
Like, oh, don't mention that, we're being paid for this. Just make it sound really good.
Yeah, it wasn't just that they were getting paid, it was that they, like, weren't allowed to say negative things. Like, that's when it gets really crazy.
Oh.
Like, you could get paid for something and give an honest review, but they specifically are like, no honest review.
Yeah, they were dicks. They were big dicks, and they ruined everything for everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Now everything's changed in networks. Everybody's sad.
Well,
Speaking of sad, apparently Cry got fucked by Maker.
What?
Yeah, he has, they copyrighted a shit ton of his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he has this, ongoing battle, I think, with the legal team. With the Maker legal team, and he's just bitching about them on Twitter, and it's fantastic.
Wait, are you sure that, I saw something. It was, Maker and a bunch of different things are just setting people to, setting people's videos to private. Is that what you're talking about?
No. So, he just got back from the Land of Magic. Wait, no, let me see this.
Yeah, this is news to me. I'm actually...
they're privatizing just videos every single day for him and fucking him over in that way. And, just privatizing a bunch of stuff so that, he can't make money off them because they're obviously changed to private.
But why?
I have no idea. He doesn't even know.
Huh. Because, again, my network is, the sister company, the lower-end company of that, so this is a pretty big interest to me.
Well, you might want to check your videos, Cross, because some of them might have just been privated for reasons. Because that's happening to a lot of content creators for some reason.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know who's doing it.
Damn it, how would I even... It's going to be great, because it's even harder to check crap with this new YouTube video maker system that they changed it to. Now it's harder to tell... Ugh.
Yeah, they decided to change the video manager now, so they made all of the information just harder to read and spaced it out more, so it takes up more space now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's no green around stuff. There's no backdrops to the stuff, and it pisses me off, because, I can't just tell at a glance what's what.
The biggest thing is they got rid of colors. They don't even think about these things, but the color helped a lot. Now that's just a symbol.
Yeah, I'm not, I'm not colorblind. I would really appreciate being treated like a normal person. God fucking damn it, I need to be able to see these things, because I can't tell the difference.
Unlike those blindies. Grr. But...
Oh man, look, it's Drive Not Found. The entire collective of Drive Not Found.
What are you talking about?
Douglas is using the Drive Not Found thing.
Oh.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
No, colorblind people are great. Most of my jokes are just way off bounds.
Really confirmed for being just an ableist asshole. Good job, man.
Yeah, that's what my jokes are, man. They start off good, and then, well, in this case it didn't, but most of the time they start off okay, and then just they fucking go way overboard. Total miss. And it's terrible.
Just based on, the 100 videos that I looked at, none of them have been turned to private. But I would like to know the reason as to why this is happening.
I don't know. It might be the difference in, the change in the YouTube policies for monetization. That would be my guess, but there hasn't been much information released about it. All I know from, Cry's Twitter is that he is fucking livid at Maker's legal team for not addressing his problem.
Well, yeah, this is his livelihood. For me, it's just a tiny little, it's a few meals.
He's so pissed that to the extent of it, he said don't join Maker Studios until they fix this shit.
Yeah.
Their legal team treats its content creators with some fucking respect.
I heard Maker was pretty alright.
Yeah, but it's huge if someone Cry's don't fucking join them.
Yeah, that's true.
They're assholes.
That's a problem with multi-channel networks, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you listen, because I used to listen to the TGS podcast and everything, apparently they complain about things, they just don't do it in public.
Yeah.
They were talking about how they had, a support group for not just, people being dicks to them, but, the company not listening,
They go there to vent and find games to play.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how have your guys' weeks been?
Pretty is good. It's a new computer. Well, I got a new computer, and I haven't hooked it up until, like, yesterday, because it's just transferring everything's going to be a real bitch. And I wanted to take the video card from my current computer, which the video card is the best thing about my current computer. The onboard video card of this new computer is about as good as the video card in my current computer. So I might not even need to transfer it over. It's only so slightly better. It might not be worth it.
I think it would be worth transferring it just so it isn't taking a load off of your processor and stuff and your motherboard.
It's like I uploaded. I played Awesomenauts. It loaded up so fast. It was amazing. It didn't take 30 seconds or whatever. It was like, bloop. So, and that's probably the most interesting thing that happened to me. Yeah.
What about you, Relic? It's been like many moons since you were on the podcast.
No, because I got shit in the bag here. Can't fucking waste time on this.
Do you have presents?
Sure.
You have gifts?
Gifts?
We need more gifts.
Oh, I can find more gifts.
But, yeah, well, then, how have you been, companion?
Hold on, I'm searching up spooky Christmas tree. Spooky Christmas gifts.
So another news of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that China lifted its 14-year ban on video game consoles?
I did not know that China had a ban on video game consoles.
Yeah, it had a ban on video game consoles. Not computers. Not computer games, as far as I know, but video game consoles in specific. And they lifted that ban, and so now Sony and Microsoft can launch their respective consoles into China.
Wasn't Ico and Shadow of... I thought that was a Chinese company. Am I wrong?
I could check real fast. So
yeah, because... So that would be weird if they had Chinese console developers, but there was no...
Team Ico.
Let me see.
I heard about that before, too.
Team Ico's Japanese.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow, why did I think it wasn't Japanese? Weird.
I think there are Chinese video game developers, but they don't make anything for China, as far as I know.
Interesting.
But now they can.
How to kill your economy.
Because, like, I think that, obviously they can make money off of it, so they'd be kind of dumb not to have developers. And, of course, like, it's just a market. Like, I don't know. But it's such a big deal that, the consoles are finally allowed to be brought into China. Because that's going to be crazy. It's predicted that it's going to be, rivaling the U.S. The U.S. makes around $20 to $22 billion in the consoles. In the video game market. Yeah. People think that China's going to do better than that.
Yeah, no, just the amount of people there that have not ever had a console before, that's crazy. That's a crazy untapped market.
Yeah, it's going to be just huge.
But it's just an interesting concept of, because, America and parts of Europe and Japan have dominated video games for so long. And I would say, video games that come out of America and video games that come out of Japan feel different. And there's been tons of cultures that haven't even really made games, and they're starting to. And we're going to get to see other types of games. I think Papa and Yo was actually made by someone in Brazil, and it definitely felt different than a lot of other indie games, just stylistically.
Yeah, France has recently been doing more and more games, and their games are, soaked with French culture and much, they just feel much different than other games. Every nation just has games that come out of them that feel so much different than others, just because they have that culture in them, and they just have different tales that they use. It's weird. And of course, there's different experience levels too, which is also interesting to see. Japan obviously has really, really talented elite level developers.
Yeah, I'm actually hearing anime is starting to get more and more in trouble in Japan, because all of the people who would be working in anime are just going into video games, because anime artists don't get paid very well at all usually, and the writers, they get paid kind of crap, and they have to work ridiculously oppressive items. But you go to video games and they're actually paid well. So, if anything, the talent's just going up in video games and down in some of their other media.
Yeah, so I don't know. I'm hoping that China is great for two things. I'm hoping that obviously China, like developers are more inclined to just start pumping up and all that. And I'm hoping that because there's more finance, like companies are getting more money from the new market, that we see an increase in game, like in talent that's used in games. Like I'm hoping that more really high level developers start joining into the fray and start making more games.
Also, Papa and Yo was apparently made in Canada, so that's a lot less interesting. But it's a bad example, but still. Took place in Brazil.
But it'll be interesting. I'm thinking 2016 is probably going to be a pretty great year for video gaming. Or at least hopefully.
Did you have any, oh dear, what is happening? Buckus is a dumb cat face who has
Just ignore it. Just ignore that.
Did you have any other events, Relic, or?
The Ouya's dead. Ouya.
I mean, wasn't that dead in 2014?
No, now it's officially dead. It was bought by Razer.
That was...
Why the
Razer
fuck did
it.
Razer buy that when it was nothing?
It was apparently okay. So Razer has a console called the Forge TV, which I've never heard of. Its main interest in Ouya was the company's portfolio of 1,500 games. What?
Oh my god, that's insane.
The Ouya had more than 3 games?
It was also extremely pirable.
That's the only game. The other ones were just DLC for Towerfall.
Yeah,
What
ports.
idiot companies thought this was a good market?
Well, the problem with that was that, like, it was just like a pirating machine, that thing was. You could load up anything onto anything from Android and just boot it up. So nobody bought anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like there was...
Are you saying I could make an Ouya into an Android emulator and play
you could also just download a fucking emulator to your computer.
No, I can now because I have Windows 7, but...
Oh, right, you had Vista before. Yeah, you can actually play, like, Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, even though they released a 2. So...
What?
Yeah, they announced Plants vs. Zombies. Remember when we thought Garden Warfare was Plants vs. Zombies 2?
Plants vs. Zombies 2? That was a really funny 2 days where I thought EI had gone insane and turned Plants vs. Zombies into a third-person shooter.
God damn.
That was a great few days. I don't know, I've never been so angry and confused. And then I was like, oh, alright, they're not insane.
It's like, god damn it, EA.
Instead, they turned it into a tablet game that has horrible tablet mechanics. But it's still good, it's just it would be so much better without the tablet crap. It was properly balanced. Oh well.
Well, I hope everybody's going to have a good Christmas have a good time, special time.
Yep, that's it for the podcast this week.
Thanks for watching. 18-minute podcast. That's what you get. You know what we should do? We should do a podcast every day, but depending on the day, that's how many minutes that we do. So if it's on, like, the first, we do 1 minute. The second, we do 2 minutes.
That sounds terrible.
We could work out some mathematical algorithms. So on the 30th day, it's like an hour-long podcast. Who here is good at math? Relic?
So the algorithm is ×2, I guess, if it's the 30th and it's
It needs to be exponential in some way.
Oh, so eventually it's just a 13-hour
So the very first
stream.
podcast is like a second. We're like, hello, okay, bye. And that's the end.
That...
It sounds like one of those crappy YouTube, like, big plays where it's like, I'm going to make a bunch of little videos so I can get a bunch of ad money. And they just start shitting them out real fast.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what you're trying to do.
Multiples of 10 for 6 days. Man, that is... I don't know how to multiply. That is spooky.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers up your spine.
I need spooky, scary skeletons.
I wish I could show a picture of our Christmas tree because it's way cooler than a lot of people's Christmas tree.
You could show a picture of a Christmas tree.
It would require me to take a picture and then upload it to the computer and then somehow send it to you. I'd have to compress it so it didn't take a while.
I burn Christmas trees every Christmas.
Wow. Do you pee on everybody's parade too?
Yeah. I also shank orphans. Because they're not people. Fucking kids without parents.
Especially the colorblind ones. Those are...
Those are the worst of all.
Everybody was like,
orphans.
They can't see the red blood. They think it's just water.
Yeah, the Waiting Queue
Anyway.
podcast has a very strong anti-colorblind orphan stance. I don't know if we brought it up enough, but we will not make that mistake in the future.
Especially orphans, just fuck them.
Mm.
Like, colorblind adults? Alright, we don't like you, but
But they made it. They made it.
they made it.
They,
You didn't
they
get shanked in the orphanage.
You know, all orphans are good for is going to the North Pole and making making the real people presents.
Do you have any other events, Relic? I don't know how many you have, so...
I mean, we could talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, the greatest game series of all time.
Wasn't that in 2014, though?
No, 2 of the 4 were released in 2015.
Oh,
Also, the
that's
book
good.
was recently released.
What? There's a book?
Yup, there's a book.
Oh, right,
Oh.
right.
God.
I'm gonna have to pick that up and read it.
Wait. Warner Bros.
Okay, Relic derezed.
I think he was gonna talk about the movie.
Oh, that's right, there is a movie coming out also.
And the guy who made the games is also making like an open world game too, where you go around fighting with Freddy Fazbear characters.
What's really cool, though, is that this isn't the only game that this indie developer has made. He's made so many games, so, like, he freaking earned this. He just had one successful one, finally. So I just really liked that happened. But also, I've never played a Five Nights at Freddy game. I'm never going to. But because of the game theory videos, I kind of like the series just because I liked those theory videos, even though like, a bunch of them were proven not to be correct as new information came out.
Oh god,
So-
the first one was my favorite. Oh, I thought he had it nailed just spot on. We might get into small, actually pretty hard spoilers while talking
I would
about this.
say-
So just warning about that.
Just go to the Game Theory channel and watch all of the theory. Just spend 2 hours watching all the theory videos. I think it's pretty wonderful. You don't need to play the games.
Man, I thought the first game was for sure that the security guard was a killer, and the thing that convinced me the most was like when it flashed, "It's me," and I was just like, "Oh God, that has to be it.
It's me.
It has to be a murderer. Like that's him just going insane and having psychological issues." But nope, it was apparently spooky ghost children, and then it was some other bullshit. Like,
Actually, have you watched all of the Game Theory videos?
yes, I have. I also watched the last one, the one with the clock.
I watched the 2-hour stream.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was that the one where Jonathan Coulton was like putting in hints during the thing, or
No,
was that
that
after
was
that
the-
one?
No, this was the most recent stream where the book had just come. Pretty much
Oh.
any time he tried to do a big event, the guy would release something big. Like, he released the book early before the stream, so then he's like, crap, now there's no I haven't researched it.
I might have to
He
read that
released it,
book
like,
then.
the day before the stream.
Holy
But
shit!
the last episode of the Game Theory thing is right before the stream, which I don't like. So if you want to see the 16-minute finale of the theory videos, you have to go to the stream and then watch it there. I don't know why I didn't post it
Maybe
separately.
I'll just read
also.
the book, because the story
book-
in those games are pretty much the only thing that interested me past the first game.
The book is apparently related to the universe, but it's almost kind of non-canonical, though.
Okay. I
So
wonder how the movie's gonna do.
I don't know. I can't imagine. There's going to be inconsistencies, like they have to be.
I can't imagine it doing badly though, because
Yes.
this is just such a strange concept that people are terrified of, and it's fantastic.
It could be made by Uwe Boll, and it would still probably do pretty well, I would think.
Honestly, I don't know how people would still be like jump scared after 4 games, right?
I hope the entire movie is just jump scared.
And there's something else that I thought about. Like in the 4th game, it's kind of all based around hearing. Like the other ones have gimmicks too. They have watch security cameras in the first one, then put on the mask in the second one, and then the third one's like you have to restart stuff, right?
You
The
got to
fourth-
play sounds in the third one.
Yeah.
You played sounds in other rooms.
You get that single one to fuck off.
Yeah.
And then on the 4th one, you have to listen. And I'm thinking that sort of killed a bunch of YouTube videos, because that is kind of
Oh.
hard to talk and listen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be-
But those people wanted to watch people get scared. They didn't care about someone talking and being like, okay, well, now I got to do this. They didn't really care about that. They just wanted to watch him shit his pants.
Mhm.
Like,
Yes. But then again, like after 4 videos, 4 series is who's gonna get scared of that, right?
Yeah. That's why I can never make a horror game, because I don't make visual noises even when I'm startled. Like, someone would pop out and I'd just be like, that was disquieting.
You played Amnesia though.
I did, and I didn't get scared of anything.
Yeah. I only
And
get
then
scared
I
of
was going to
certain
make
things.
more, but I got lost. I'm scared of getting lost.
Although Aliens Isolation fucking spooked me. Oh my god. Oh, hot diggity dog.
But I'm going. Scott deserves everything he's got because
I agree.
he may have come out with those games pretty in rapid succession, and people will say like that's bullshit. You're making money. It's screw that. But Cube, I'm going to say each game was remarkably different from the last. They all had a different thing. They all had a different feel, and that's what made it scary each time. Well, not for me, but for other people.
Yeah.
That's what made it scary because it was always a different setting. It was always different gimmicks. It was always something new.
I don't know. You think after like 3 games, it's the same jump scare. It's not like the build up is kind of different, but the relief is always the same.
Scared is the build up, just like in Alien Isolation. It's not the alien killing you. It's the build up. It's the tension.
But if you know,
that's the problem.
You get that thing where you can't move away or you can't turn on your flashlight. You know what's going to happen. You know exactly what's going to happen. The thing's going to pop up. It's going to be the same exact thing.
The alien walking beside you while you're under a desk tells you that you're fucked too.
See, the thing is, the only game that's ever gotten to me was Fatal Frame 2, and that game employed something that like all horror games should do, where you can walk by something like 20 times and nothing happens. And then on the 25th time, all of a sudden something horrible happens, like a ghost pops at you. Like, once there's a statue, if you look at it in first-person view for too long, a ghost comes out on you. If you don't look at it in first-person view, it will never do anything, ever. Like, that's the type of thing you need. It's all about, like, randomness. When things become routine, eventually it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But not a lot of games seem to pull that off very well.
Yeah, I think that, like, my style of horror game that I like, that I find scary, is a very tense atmosphere. They have to establish.
Relic derezzed. But Eternal Darkness is great. There were actually 2 moments in Eternal Darkness that were, like, terrifying to me.
Man, I've heard you mention that before, and I really want to play that.
It's so good. And the story's really cool, too. It's very, like, Cthulhu-esque, essentially. You have an insanity meter.
I love that theme.
Yeah. As you go, because you have 3 stats. You have health, magic, and insanity. And if you go insane, things happen. And I mean things like, all of a sudden the game will reset, except it won't really reset, so you'll think you lost your progress. Or, the best one, like, there's this healing spell, and I used it, and instead my head and torso exploded. And then, of course, it goes back, like, oh, that didn't really happen. And sometimes characters will see, like, predictions of their future. Like, there's a part where, like, all of a sudden you're in a mental hospital. And, like, so I'm giving too much away. But, like...
what game was that again? Eternal Darkness?
Yes. And that game also, it has this New Game Plus feature where you make a different choice at the beginning of each New Game Plus, and it slightly changes it. And after you do it 3 times, then you get the true ending. It's just a good game. I would love to Let's Play it, but, GameCube game. I don't know if that's going to happen.
Well, we can move on to the Awesomenauts expansion.
Unless Relic has more, unless he has more game events. Or news.
I mean,
game news? Yeah, I got game news, man. Did you know that Black Ops 3's first map pack isn't coming out on PS3 or Xbox 360? They're skipping that, just putting it straight on the PS4 and Xbox One.
Oh.
And it's costing $15 for 4 maps.
Huh.
Well, that sucks for them.
Yeah,
is there a zombie map in there?
Yeah. It's a 4-part
really
co-op
sucks.
zombie campaign.
I've always appreciated Treyarch's Call of Duty games over the other ones, because they've always introduced 3 game modes. The campaign, which I've always enjoyed. Well, I mean, in the first Black Ops, I've enjoyed it. And then you have the multiplayer, and then you have the zombies. It's great.
The most recent game I thought was shit. Just because, like, it looked so damn stupid. It's like, okay, well, this is now all futuristic bullcrap, and none of the weapons look like they're, anything special. Just, I don't know. I didn't care for it.
No.
Call of Duty to me still is like war, whatever the freaking game is. Cube, you should know it. The World War II one. Or World War One. Sure. Call of Duty's always been that to me. It's always been like the more of the gun mechanic of, and just more of that just set in reality sort of atmosphere, not the whole, we got jetpacks, we're going to fly around the maps and shit.
Oh yeah, I know. Titanfall?
Yeah, that's pretty much what they made their game into. They made it into Titanfall.
Oh yeah, Titanfall started that trend, and then everybody jumped on ship.
And for me, I just hate that. I don't like the...
Yeah, I think what he's trying to say is that he wants more World War II shooters, which I'm totally on board with, and I think a lot of people would be 100% okay with a new World War II shooter.
Yes, there's not many of those. I'd say it's the least representative.
Well, I mean, nowadays there always modern warfare shooters, you know?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so I think it's a weird
But they're
cycle.
not even... they're not even, like, our modern. Like, they're in the future, like the near future, and they have extra shit.
Well, I mean, our modern would just be drone strikes. There wouldn't be any combat. It was just...
Well, there's a lot of people on the ground still. It's just going after specific targets. Now we just throw robots at them. And, kill old ladies and whoever else is standing next to them.
It was a very interesting war, that's for sure, Taz. I just hit my mic. Sorry about that. I think World War I was pretty cool, too, just because of the trench warfare.
Yeah,
there's not a lot of World War I games, is there?
No, there was this one hardcore one that I played, but I couldn't, like, they had a weird squad system that I didn't really get into, and I was like, I'll come back to this. And like many other games, I never went back to it, so...
What about Vietnam? Are there any Vietnam games?
Wasn't that Black Ops?
Is it?
Maybe, yeah, well, yeah, one of the Black Ops...
Black Ops 1 was Vietnam.
The one with...
Oh.
Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I don't remember, but
either
there
Vietnam
are
or
a couple
Korea.
of Vietnam games floating around, but most of them aren't shooters. They're grand strategy, I think. So,
I figure because of there was traps and stuff, and like soldiers were falling into elaborate jungle traps, and there was jungle warfare. You got to think there's a potential for mixing up the mechanics and something like that.
Yeah, I think a first-person shooter in that would be pretty great. The only thing that we've kind of seen that resembles what the guerrilla warfare of that in first person, I think, would be the Call of Duty World at War, because the Japanese bonsai and all that, like the Japanese fighting on the islands. But I think that'd be a very interesting thing, and I think World War I is a very interesting area because that was the first place that chemical weapons were really introduced. And the first tanks were used and shit. Like, there's a lot of room there.
Yeah, I'm total. My body is ready for a new World War II shooter. I spent so much time on World at War, especially with the zombie mode, and Black Ops 1 as well, because the zombies in the multiplayer, you could switch back and forth when you got bored of one.
It's true, and the best part about World War II was the zombies.
I mean, they were Nazi
you better
zombies.
believe it.
They were literally Nazi zombies in World at War.
Oh, you guys can move on to whatever topics you got. I'm
right,
good
it was
now.
Verdun. Verdun, that's what it was.
That game finally came out, and I wasn't...
Do you have it?
I've looked at videos of it, and I didn't...
No.
I didn't think that it was that much different from when it was in...
You die really,
access.
really quickly in that game. Like, insanely quickly.
I'm gonna shock you, alright? In real
Yeah,
life,
yeah,
when you're hit
I
by a
know.
bullet, you die pretty quickly.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean it's a good game mechanic, though.
Yeah, I mean, in real life, you have to fucking scavenge for water tediously and all that sort of
It
bullshit.
kind of is, though. If they actually got the big fight feels, it kind of would be.
Yeah.
But they don't.
You know what
feel like
I
if
would
they put in a
love?
bunch of AI characters.
Relic, you know what I would love? I would love a game where you line up in a giant row and just shoot off your fucking muskets at another line of men. I think they had that,
dig a
didn't they?
Revolutionary War game.
I think they had an expansion for Mountain Blade, didn't they?
Yeah. There was an entire $10 separate game that was
Fire and Sword. But that sucked.
Well, no, it was.
It was
I don't remember what it
ranked.
was, but it was like 100 people versus 100 people. If you died, you were dead. Then there was no coming back, and you'd have to wait like the 15 minutes to 20 minutes to play again or find another lobby.
Yeah.
The important thing, though, is that some people had drums that they could play in the battle, and they couldn't fight. And the drums conferred no benefit to anyone, but people still played them because that's amazing.
I just want something like that. A game. Imagine the Call of Duty developers making a Napoleonic Wars game, where you just had to sit
gotta
in
admit,
line.
that would be kind of intense. If you're in a line, maybe you're doing bayonet charges too. if you're there and there's just cannons flying around you and all these bullets just at the same time just tearing apart your whole line, like
just
that's
pissing
kind
yourself,
of intense.
waiting until you die.
I mean, the thing is,
dull.
the experience for a lot of people is actually would just be starting and then getting hit by a cannonball and then not being able to play anymore.
Well, that's why you kind of I feel
Degrossed.
Maybe if they did a single-player thing with like an Oculus Rift, oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Oh, that would be pretty crazy.
Just looking around, scripted, you're like, oh shit, my teammates are dying around me.
Poor
I
Relic.
feel like if they're going to do it multiplayer, they need to have AI to fill in the spaces. Because then the AI would be hopefully taking most of the hits, and the player would kind of be able to enjoy it more.
Yeah.
And your horns, apparently, you could also apparently play horns, according to Drunk Archangel.
Okay, well, that's cool.
Would it be a trumpet? For the...
Maybe. I would rock the drums.
Bugle. It would be the bugle.
What if everyone just picked instruments and there were no...
You would just have a jamboree in the center.
It'd be great. Or if there was one guy in each team with a gun.
I've got to make my shots very carefully to find the other man with the gun.
Yeah, actually, yeah, if they killed the other guy with the gun. So the
None of
entire
those
game would be hiding the other guy with the gun.
No, none of those... that would actually be pretty cool.
The muskets... I saw an animation of them reloading the muskets. It takes like 10 seconds per shot. Because they have to like empty and then you put it in, then you put a little bit of gunpowder, and then you put the stick, like you gotta jam it down, and then you got...
Didn't like real life take like 40 seconds or something? And that was if they had it down.
Yeah, they had the different... they had to take turns, basically, to increase the amount of time that they could fire.
Nobunaga Oda, in the battle against the Takeda clan, he did a three-pronged thing where one person cleaned the bullets, like cleaned the rifle, and the other person loaded it, and the one fired.
Yeah.
That way he could have constant fire onto the horsemen that Takeda put out.
You ever see The Last Samurai?
No.
With Tom Cruise? Well, it's not a great movie, but there's a part where a bunch of samurai are running, and they're just like, oh, well, we're losing. Get the machine guns. And it's so depressing.
Well,
Oh, God.
I mean, okay. One thing I wanted to talk about was Star Citizen. I mean, that was a pretty big thing, right?
Yeah, Star Citizen Kabuto, the 1995 computer game where you get to play...
Star Citizen was the game that was massively kickstarted, and it's
Yeah, I was about to say.
reached like all of its giant funding goals. In fact, it's getting more and more money. Let me check here. I need to check the...
Oh, please tell us how much money it made. It has to be a lot.
I think it reached like over 20 million a while ago or something.
Good God.
I could be wrong about it. I mean, people are buying non-existent fucking ships at this point, so...
Fuck. It's raised more than $100 million.
Yep.
Well, hopefully they don't pull a double fine and squander.
They probably have already.
But
But yeah, they added
really?
Alpha 2.0, which apparently adds, like, first-person animations where you can do combat or something. Was it? And they have
I put the
benchmarks.
link in the description so that you guys can post it onto...
I'm seeing that Star said, yeah, $2 million. That's what it says it is.
No, if you go to
insane.
that thing I sent you, that's their site. It's $101,758,413.
What the hell? Well, from Kickstart, they only got $2 million, apparently.
$101 million.
The people who paid for it, there's 1,114,048.
Wow. And that was in March 2013. Oh boy.
Let's see what their last stretch goal was amount-wise.
It was buy us more drugs.
Their last stretch goal was set at 65 million. Yeah, they beat that.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Enhanced hookers.
Fucking rip. Fucking rip everyone's wallets.
Yeah, no, people bought, like, insane, costly fucking ships that don't exist and might never exist.
And it was supposed to be released at the end of 2014. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
And it hasn't been.
all
It's
this-
still not out.
I don't know if that's true, Relic. Wasn't it
Yeah,
kickstarted in, like, 2013 or 2014?
Yeah,
Maybe they meant the
2013.
alpha.
It says it was originally due to be launched at the end of 2014.
They
now,
might
that
have meant
might
the
be,
alpha.
that might have been before the Kickstarter, when they were going to use their own money for it, which would make a lot of sense. And then, and that's just not out now. It's fucking, it's in limbo.
It's weird how the entirety of Drive Not Found is still talking in chat. I told Douglas we were streaming, and I guess he hasn't showed up then.
The entirety?
Yeah, I mean, Drive Not Found is here. See that?
Oh, yeah.
The account.
I get it.
So, yeah, the original crowdfunding was in 2012 with the promise that it would be out, like with the suggestion, not really a promise, you know how it is, the idea that it would be out in 2014. That's whenever they were like, this is probably when it'll be out. Now their release date that they think it's going to be is in 2016.
I mean, they got stretch goal to death, I assume.
And this is after their, obviously their main push, which was very recent. Because in 2014 they were at 50 million, so they doubled that.
Well, don't worry. It's going to be a huge crash and burn, and then I'll be happy that I didn't spend my money on it. Or it'll be the best game ever, and I'll be like, fuck, why didn't I spend my money on this?
If it's a crash and burn, holy fuck did they mess up.
Yeah.
How do you even screw up a game with 100 million?
Well, the way you screw it up is you're like, I have so many resources, and then you expand beyond the ability that you can do with the current team that you have, which is exactly what happened to Double Fine.
Yep.
The Deadlinger.
Yeah, I mean, the Deadlinger too, but poor Deadlinger. I still have to make a video on that, and it'll probably just be like, go watch Relic's video, and then that'll
Oh, can I be in it? I want to be in
the
the final Deadlinger where it dies.
I don't know.
Yeah, me too. I'll be in the Oh, wait.
Everybody is in the Deadlinger.
Everyone in chat will be in
Well, I was in your first video, so I mean...
No, you weren't.
know.
Not the very... You were in the multiplayer video.
Yeah,
we could do
multiplayer.
a final multiplayer video.
Yeah, we probably should, to be like, everything's fucked!
The world's on fire.
Game's over! Oh, I wish we could set fires. It's not a feature!
It's true.
It would be great.
You know, Project Zomboid is a great game.
Yeah.
Relic, you should totally play it sometime.
Relic is derezzed.
Or he just... Hello?
I feel like he derezzed.
Hi.
Oh, there he is.
Hey.
Yeah, I would play it.
Yeah,
Again.
me and Douglas and Yoshi and Buttkiss have been playing it on stream mainly. And Douglas and I spent, I think, like 11 hours last night just playing Project Zomboid.
Does that game have permadeath in it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Kind of and kind of no, because I think you can respawn, but you lose all your stuff, so you have to go back to where your dead body was, and I don't know if you can even get all the stuff from
Well, I
it.
mean, sometimes your dead body just gets up and walks away, too.
He just gets up and tries to kill people, you know, the usual.
Oh, dear. What was that
That's how you
game? Was
die.
it Contagion, I think? That was
Yeah.
the best part of that.
I need to go back to Contagion at some point, because that's now out officially. It's been out officially for a while, and I just haven't gone back to it yet.
Yeah, that's
But
a pretty good game.
it got a huge overhaul. It takes a lot more like resources now, and I don't.
The only good part about that game was talking like a woman from Jersey and angering companion. Unless
I
I'm
don't want to
thinking
hear it. You made fun of my drug addiction.
Yeah, whatever,
You're not a big-
companion. Why are you being
You're not a
so
big
rude
fan
about
of
my voice?
and stuff.
Huh?
Cross
Yeah.
isn't a fan of the whole first person stuff.
Yeah.
No, I'm not.
He gave up after 2 videos.
No, because I just felt sad and useless, and I definitely got us all killed at least once. And like,
I thought the melee would make him be happy, but no.
it wasn't good melee.
Was that when you shot Cross? And then you tried
Yeah.
pinning it on me because Relic pinned it on me, so you're just like, yeah, I'll add an extra pin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I was ahead of you guys, I think, and I was like, Companion, was that you?
And I was like, yep.
And then I was just like, fuck you, Companion.
Because Relic couldn't have known.
And then I died on a staircase. Good times. Good times.
I'm a liability in pretty much all first-person shooter games. I can't hit things. Like, if you can have me stand behind you and throw ammo at you, it might be useful.
What is Project Zomboid, Glyphis? Project Zomboid is a top-down zombie survival game that is pretty damn hardcore. It's permadeath, and the world is randomly generated, or not randomly generated, I apologize for that. It's fucking huge, though. Like, it has so many different buildings, you can upgrade your
Aren't
stats.
You dropped in a random position, though?
Yeah, kind of. You can pick from 2 cities.
Yeah, but then don't they drop you in a different position in the cities or something? Or am I making shit up?
Yeah,
Do I not
different
know
positions in different cities, like random positions.
Yeah.
The best thing about that game is that I can spawn 10,000 zombies on one person in the server at a whim.
That's retarded.
It's great.
That's why I host, so that you get...
When do I ever do that? I'm not the one who fucking abuses the power. You are. You and Butkus abuse power constantly.
Do shit. I'm too lazy to type in shit. I just walk around and say hi to people.
Wow, Butkus, this is why you're not a mod.
No, Butkus is evil. He's demented. He does horrible things.
Hello,
But they're
Butkus.
usually really well thought out horrible things. Like, you gotta give him credit for that.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah, I assume in Project Zomboid he'll gather all the zombies into a fucking house. And then, like, let them loose randomly.
Well,
Or he'll, like, drag a body inside and then write a small novel as a note and put it on the zombie, hoping that people will find it.
and then I found
Don't
it,
read it.
and I read it out, and I'm like, oh my god, what is this? We're gonna have to go look for this.
Oh, dude, if he put, like, a fake, like, there's a supply drop.
He did! That's what he did.
Yeah. He was like, there's a cure. All we needed left was time. I've been bit, and you have to find it for me.
Wait, did he type out the words cough,
No,
cough,
he didn't,
cough?
but that would have been great.
It's like, why did they type cough, cough?
Seems like I haven't been privy to what Butkus has done. But then again, I don't watch your streams.
Well, you just watch, like, the 11-hour stream, and you'll see. You'll see.
Yeah, just watch the 11-hour stream. I have no life. Let's do it.
Something else Butkus did was run around the entire map. We had, like, a base setup, which was, like, in a mall or something like that, and Butkus ran off, and he returned about 30 minutes later with a fucking horde of zombies, like, a screen full of zombies.
So he pulled a Fear the Walking Dead. That's great.
Yeah.
But so yeah, you know, he's a dick. He's a dick in games. You can't trust him to do anything. He's fucking insane.
I'm fine with it, though, because I was JD and he was Turk, and we made really shitty Scrubs jokes, and it was
Although,
great.
It's
to be
amazing.
fair, he didn't set the entire world on fire.
I should have joined and been Dr. Cox and just yelled at both of you.
You'd have had to be really mean, and really exaggerate your words.
Okay, well now you have to be Dr. Cox. That was pretty good.
I think Butkus does it good, too. Welcome the fanboy, as well as everybody else who I couldn't say welcome to, because I don't want to kill off the steam of the podcast like I am right now.
Hey, look, we have more people viewing than monitors. That doesn't happen a lot.
Oh my god, what? Really?
It's the
Quickly.
spirit of Christmas, Snowflake.
Mod everybody. No,
Hold on, I'm coming to mod. I'm coming.
oh shit.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, you'll throw off the ballots.
I'm not actually coming, because fuck
Oh,
you guys.
it would actually be even mods, even viewers if you did that.
But yeah,
8. Or 6.
It'd be 6-6.
6.
me and Douglas have been, like, in the past 3 days, me and Douglas have streamed a fuck ton to Drive Not Found. One day we did a 16-hour stream, not counting the 5 hours before that Douglas did of Blood Bowl and the, like, hour and a half after you did of Rogue Legacy.
Yeah.
So in total, that would be about almost a 24-hour stream, technically.
Which
is
was
kind
the
of,
dream.
Yeah,
The
which
dream
was the dream of
almost
Drive
constant
Not Found.
streams.
It was
just didn't
pretty
work.
great. And then the day after that, me and Douglas decided to play Project Zomboid, and we just played for 11 hours. Because of reasons. And then Yoshi and him killed, like, 400 zombies from the roof with all of our ammo.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, as the streams go on, they just get better. So, you know, Drive Not Found is alive and well, and I might stream Underhell to it at some point in the future, because I collected all the cards I was missing, so yay.
I just really want to finish Rogue Legacy, but when I did that half-an-hour stream, I didn't accomplish anything useful. Like, I got some gold, but the last dungeon is really hard in that game.
Did Sir Kenny the Fifth pop up?
No.
Oh man, that you have to get the Sir Kenny the Fifth. Come on, man. Buy the reroll thing and reroll every single time until you get Sir Kenny the Fifth.
No.
Why?
No. Well, I also need to complete a level with like 6,000 gold, which hasn't happened, so I haven't been able to buy that thing.
Yeah, that's true. Well,
yeah, I've seen Project Zomboid, and I don't think I want to play it. And I'm also a bit biased because I played the alpha and it was not good, but that was 5 years ago. So
yeah.
But
I mean, it's enjoyable, very, very enjoyable.
Yeah. But no, I'm cool with watching periodically.
We can crack into the Awesomenauts X pack unless if you have something Relic like a major topic.
Yeah, we have 9 minutes left. So.
Oh, do we? Holy shit! This went fast.
Yeah, no, look at that. Relic prepared and everything went well. It was weird.
Excuse me. But yeah, there's a new Awesomenauts expansion. It's going to be $9 for like 3 characters, and I think some other things, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard, I was just kind of raging about it a little bit. Now that I think about it, that's probably fine. It's just, I don't know. Since we didn't get everything for Starstorm yet, I was just like, they're trying to get more money out of me. What are you doing?
Well, you see, the thing, they did a Kickstarter for one expansion about 1.5 to 2 years ago at this point, and they've about made up for what they haven't included yet, and they're still like working on those things. They said, we just had the artist guys not doing a damn thing, so they were making Starstorm the map as well as the other characters. So the programmers just like did other things too, and you did art stuff for the new characters. But where was I?
Here's the thing, though. What they're going to add is making it so that if someone leaves, like there's no more late game joins. Basically, they're getting rid of that. That might ruin the game for me because they're essentially forcing you to have a team like you call it a pre-made. They're forcing you to have 2 players that are playing with you that you trust that won't quit on you. Because a lot of times you're playing a single-player game, someone quits on you or someone quits on the other team. Usually, if there's enough people on, they'll get replaced within like 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. But now they'll just be a bot for the rest of the game. So there's going to be games, even when you're a pre-made, maybe especially when you're pre-made, well, all of a sudden you're just fighting bots. I've had so many games where like a bad player has quit and a good player came in and it completely changed and I've lost. And that's taken away now.
You see, on the flip side of that, though, something that might discourage some of that is that if you quit a game, you won't be able to start a fresh new game different from the one that you just quit, because if you hit play, it'll be like you're going to go back into that game you just quit. Like, get back in there, buddy. So I like that because it allows for reconnects if you get disconnected via some bullshit or something. But I definitely see what you're talking about, Cross.
Yeah, that will discourage a little bit. It won't discourage the people that were so angry that they closed Awesomenauts.
Yeah.
They'll just quit. And the only, it sucks to join a game that you're losing sometimes. Fair enough, but that's the only good thing about doing this, is to prevent that. So and with the new experience system, I feel like they're trying to move it closer to traditional MOBAs. And as I said, if they ever add a surrender option, I'm out. I am out. I'm not going to play a game if it has surrender option.
Yeah, because not only is it like you can prevent your team from surrendering, the enemy team will probably start surrendering constantly.
Yes.
You'll never get to the base to destroy it, like, is the entire point of the goddamn game.
Yeah. The reason that's so bad, because a lot of traditional MOBAs, the beginning is just BS. Like, it's just like you're farming, it's usually not a lot of action. The good part is the end, when you're strong enough and you can actually confront the other players. So having surrender option, like in Infinite Crisis, there's a lot of times where I'd be playing the BS part, and I would either get destroyed, or the other team would quit right when it was going to get good. And that could Awesomenauts has a much smaller BS period, usually.
Yeah. There's immediate action. There isn't like a sitting in a fucking lane just shooting creeps, right?
True. But I would say like mid-game is usually when it gets about as interesting, and that's probably around the time that people would start quitting if they thought they were losing.
In fact, I would think that, that is when they start quitting nowadays, even without this new system. I think the XP system also made people just quit more.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh man, we're 2 levels behind, and we can see that immediately. Right up there on the screen, constant reminding us, like, you're 2 levels behind, you're 3 levels, I might as well quit.
Yeah.
But the good news is, along with this overdrive thing, is that Lone Star is also getting a complete rework, as well as his skins.
Not it looks more unsavory now.
What do you mean?
Have you seen the comparison of his old character and his new character?
That's true. He doesn't.
He
look
just
like
looks
an
a
old
bit
guy.
more like I'm an old man, the dynamite. I gotta get my gold.
He really does look like an old prospector.
Okay,
on the
Douglas.
skin.
Well, yeah. Well, you know,
No.
that was kind of Douglas's voice, but whatever. Gold. I could say that's Jesse Cox's voice also.
Gold, gold. I love that voice so much.
But okay, we now have 4 minutes left.
Relic, do you have a topic real quick that you want to spurt out?
No.
Okay. Well, what's going
Relic,
up
what's
on
on your channel?
My channel's been dead. It was burned to the ground.
Well,
Great Fire of 2015.
let me put up a ripperoni for you. Mean.
Thanks, bro.
Get me. Oh, I can't. What? Ripperoni.
I don't get it.
Shit. I messed it up.
Let's see. On Relictie's channel, you can see Fort Zombie and 99 Spirits, which I don't know what that is. There we go. And Guild Wars. Yeah,
Guild Wars!
and Orange Juice.
Oh man, we didn't talk about how grindy that is.
I don't grind on it. I
It's
mean, I don't
really
care about
fucking
the
grindy
Winter's
if you
Day
want to get
presents.
that. If you want to get that aura, oh my god, that's grindy.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not doing it.
But
I looked at
Cross-
that and I was like, I had to beat the jumping puzzle? Eh.
Oh god, that you have.
There's
to do the
jumping puzzles.
In Guild Wars? Hell yeah, there are.
Oh, wait, no, I can't. No, never mind. I didn't hear
Cross, do it,
that. Yes? No,
do it.
no. But that's really cool that there's jumping puzzles.
Balls.
That was
Hey,
the best
Cross.
part about Maple Story.
You should actually then just try out the holiday ones because you can.
Okay, he's dead.
But
Cross,
no,
what's on?
What's on your channel, companion?
God
What have you
damn-
uploaded in the last week?
Well, I haven't uploaded in the last week because every time I was gonna record, me and Douglas did a 16-hour stream and then an 11-hour stream to Drive Not Found. So I feel like the people on my channel are probably like, "Where the fuck is this guy?" And they don't know about Drive Not Found. And I'm like, "God damn it! I wish it was more."
You could just make a video and say, "Drive Not Found" stuff.
Yeah, I might make an update video about that. Be like, "Hey, I've been streaming here, and you know, you can get your fill of me and hate my life. I mean,
So
hate me afterwards."
what's your plan for uploading? What were you planning to put on?
Well, that's the thing. I got KOTOR planned, and I have a couple episodes of that recorded, actually. And I was going to edit that out today and have it uploaded tonight, but I played Awesomenauts with 203. The thing is, I'm bad at time management, because I procrastinate a lot. But other than that, I don't really have a second Let's Play to record. Like, I'm thinking about it, and I just don't know what I want to record. Maybe Dead Space, but I don't know. I'd like something co-op on my channel.
Terraria.
What about you, Cross? What's going up on your channel? Chanel.
Bully and Binding of Isaac, This War of Mine, the game that just won't end because my characters refuse to die. Well, all of them refuse to die at the same time, I would say, is the more accurate description. And I think I'm close to the end, though. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know how close. And I'm still very stressed out each time I play it, but that's it. I want to do Transistor. I don't think I'm doing Underhell. Like, I've played and beat Underhell, but I don't think I want to make a video of it. I'm sorry. So that's that. And I'm also going to be going on a hiatus for January for two reasons. One, like, the winter's kind of pushing apathy on me, and it's been very hard to record. And two, I'm going to be in my hometown for most of the month of January, so it just would be harder to record. So I think it's just better that I just take a month off, like I did back in 2014, and recharge my batteries and hopefully a little bit of my backlog. Because my upload schedule has been more erratic than I think it's ever been the last month or so.
Yeah, I've been teetering off on that, too.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
December's
once you get
not a good
into
month to do that either.
Yeah, once you get into the feel of just, you know, I can ignore this for a couple days, and then it spooks up on you, and you're like, oh no, that spooked up on me.
Spooky, scary skeletons.
Skeletons.
If I make another intro or outro, I'm going to incorporate that song, and then get hit with a copyright strike, and I'll be sad.
If it's just a few seconds, you're probably okay.
I'll have the little, like, shambling... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's great. But I guess really that's pretty much all. In future, there's probably going to be streams to Drive Not Found, twitch.tv/DriveNotFound. That is a group Twitch stream, which I'm sure most of you have probably heard of, but, you know, if not, then cats will meow. Anyway, this has
Merry Christmas, everyone!
Right. Thank you guys for joining us for the Waiting Coop Christmas, sponsored by Relictae. Otherwise, this would not have happened, almost certainly. But this has been the Waiting Coop Podcast for 12/21/15. I have been Oak and Panicube, and thank you for joining me, Cross and Relic.
Yep.
And
I've
thanks
been
for watching,
Relic.
guys. I will catch you guys never. Goodbye.
Relic. I've been Relic.